Good morning, students. Welcome back to online classes, and today we are going to start a new lesson of Unit 2, Section B, and the chapter's name is Back from the Brink. Brink means extreme edge. So, the title, let's understand the title. Back from the brink. Brink means coming back from the extreme edge. Edge means the ending point. And then when you reach the ending point of something and when you come back, that's called back from the brink. So, it is a wonderful description by two documentary makers, Rita Banerjee and Maya Khosla. Both Rita Banerjee and Maya Khosla, they are wildlife photographers and wildlife documentary makers. They have made many documentaries on wildlife, and Rita Banerjee, especially if we talk about her, she is an activist who has worked extensively for female betterment. Females for the betterment of females, right? So he had been awarded for her work also. And if we talk about Maya Khosla, she has dedicated her life for these wildlife, conserving wildlife animals and wildlife sanctuaries, these endangered species. So she had made so many documentaries based on these things. So let's start. Have you ever visited a wildlife sanctuary or a thick forest areas? What did it feel like? Read about the two documentary filmmakers, Shilpi Sharma and Rita Banerjee, on a mission in the dense forest of northeast India. What did they find out? Deep in a forest in northeast, Tai set down his backpack of cane and bamboo at the base of the tree. Barefoot, he clasped the trunk with his arms and legs and climbed up to about 9 meters high. Swiftly, he slid across a thick horizontal branch and extracted a dead red-bellied squirrel from the handmade trap he had set much earlier. Now, they start recounting filming since they both the documentary makers, they are going along with these tribal people deep down inside the forest, dense forest. So Tai is one of the tribal person. So first person we come to know about the tribal person is Tai. So they are deep in the forest in northeast, and Tai set down his backpack. Backpack means the rucksack which you put on your both the shoulders. So and you put things in it so that you can carry. You must have seen the travelers who move from one place to another. The voyagers, they keep backpacks with them. And then this backpack is special one because it is made of cane and bamboo. It is a handmade backpack. It's not made of cloth or something, polyester or something like that. It's made of cane and bamboo. At the base of the tree, base means foot of the tree. Barefoot, and he is barefoot. He is not wearing slippers. Although he is deep in the forest, where you will find so many insects and animals, snakes, anything you can find out in the deep forest, but still he is not afraid of all those animals and insects, and he is barefoot. He is not wearing slippers or shoes like the city dwellers. He clasped means held the trunk between his legs and arms. The trunk with his legs, arms and legs, and climbed up to about 9 meters high. So he climbed up the tree up to 9 meters. He went up to 9 meters of that tree. Then swiftly means quickly, he slid across a thick horizontal branch and extracted a dead bellied squirrel. So, and there was a branch, it was going horizontal to the ground, to the earth, and he slipped on that horizontal branch. And he took out, extracted means took out, procured, a dead red-bellied squirrel. Squirrel, you know, generally the squirrels are grayish in color, but this squirrel is special. This is different. It's a special species, special type of squirrel because it is red-bellied. Bellied means the inner part of the stomach. The stomach area is red color. So it's a special squirrel, but it was a dead one. From the handmade trap he had set much earlier. So from the handmade trap. The trap was also a handmade trap which was used to catch that squirrel, that red-bellied squirrel, and that trap he had set up on that branch much earlier. Earlier he had some days ago he had put that trap, and now he has caught that squirrel, and he collected that squirrel and put it in his backpack. Ty slid down the tree and was on the ground in less than 30 seconds. So all this task, going up the tree, moving on the branch, and then taking out the squirrel out of the trap and then coming down, he took only 30 minutes. That means this shows that he was very flexible, he was very agile, he was very quick in whatever he did. Maga, another tribal man, took the squirrel and turned it over and then placed it in his backpack. Now Maga took the squirrel and put it in the backpack. As we continued, we means the documentary makers, Rita Banerjee and Shilpi Sharma, and the next is Maya Khosla. All three of them were there. We continued along the path, slipping and slithering. Slithering means moving slowly. Slither. Snakes जैसे slowly move करता है. The movement of snake is called slithering. And similarly, these people were slithering. Slithering means moving slowly because of the litter. Litter means garbage of the leaf all around them, because since it was a dark forest, sunlight never used to come reach those dark places, those dark parts of that deep forest. So because of the excess in northeast, we know that there is always excess of rain. So because of the excess of the rain, the leaf the dry leaves start rotting, and they create a mess and garbage on the ground. So to walk with the camera on that garbage and that filthy place, it is very difficult. So they keep on slipping, although they were wearing shoes, the canvas shoes, but still they were slippering. Our companions means the tribal people, pointed out other traps on the way. They also showed them that they had put many other traps in that area. Cameras in hand, we unsteadily crossed. Unsteadily means shakily, unbalanced. Gushing means overflowing with water. Streams means the narrow rivers. On bridges made of a single tree trunk. Now the bridges were not made of coal tar or some iron or some rods or some the bricks and all that. The bridge over those streams, over those gushing, overflowing streams of water, what kind of bridges were there? They were single tree trunk, like one part of the trunk touching this side of the ground and the other was touching the other side of the earth. So in between that single trunk made the bridge, and over that trunk they need to move and they had to cross the streams. And with camera in their hands, it was very difficult because they always felt that they were about to slip down. Jarjo, now the third tribal person, mimicked means copied the sound of barking deer, fawn. Fawn means baby deer. He copied the voice of baby deer in distress. Distress means in trouble, as if the baby deer was in trouble, hoping. And what was his intention? To lure. Lure means attract its mother. So that the mother would listen to the voice of distress of the baby and she would come to him. And this the documentary makers could film shoot that whole scene between the mother and the baby fawn. So that's why he started copying the sound of the baby deer. Dense forest crowded around us. So the deep forest kept on becoming even deeper around them, making it impossible to see further than a few meters ahead. Our pace was much slower than we hoped. So the speed at which they were walking, it was much slower than what they had expected. We continued, we means the documentary makers, to film. The three young men walked until evening before setting down at a clearing. Clearing means open area. Our Naishi companions brewed black tea and we sat round a small fire. As I gazed into the flames, I recalled how our sojourn in the Northeast began. So, we continued to film. Three young men, film means shoot. They continued to do the shooting along with the three young men, three tribal men who walked till evening, and after the evening they sat down at an open space and they started making black tea and they sat around a small bonfire. And as the narrator, the Rita Banerjee, was gazed means looking into the flames of the fire, he started thinking about how their sojourn means temporary stay in the Northeast began, how their journey began, how they started filming, how they started shooting about the wildlife, how they started making the documentaries on wildlife and the tribal people in the Northeast. In 2002, we filmed the very first rehabilitation of two Himalayan black bear cubs, orphaned by hunting, in the Pak National Park, in the Pake National Park in Arunachal Pradesh. But sadly, we knew that even with the successful relocation, nothing stopped the bears from being hunted down again as adults. Now, how they started, when did they start filming this about the wildlife? When did they start making the documentaries? It was in 2002. And what was their first project? The first project was the rehabilitation. Rehabilitation means the relocation of two Himalayan black bear cubs. Cubs means baby bears. Orphaned. Orphan means the mother had been killed due to hunting. Somebody had hunted the mother, and so both the baby bear were now orphaned. And where did they relocate them? To Pake National Park in Arunachal Pradesh. But they also knew that even the successful relocation although they had relocated the bear cubs, but as soon as they will be adult, they will be hunted by the tribal peoples, by the hunters. So they knew that even though they had been successful in relocating them, but as soon as they will become adults, they will be hunted by the hunters and the tribal people. Hunting is common in all 7 northeastern states of India: Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Nagaland, Tripura, Manipur, Meghalaya and Mizoram. These are the 7 states. These are called 7 sisters of Northeast. Tai, Maga, Jarjo are from one of the Naishi tribes who have been hunting in these forests for generations. Now, for generations they have been doing this hunting thing. The animals they hunt provide food. And why do they hunt the animals? Because they provide food, bones, furs, feathers for decoration and rituals during most festivals. So these were the reason they had to hunt, because it was their livelihood. Their life depended on them, on these animals, on these wild animals. These animals provided them food, they provided them fur, they provided them bones, and they provided them feathers, and sometimes they were also used for decoration and for some rituals during their festivals. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.